The last pasuk of Perek Yud Gimel of Tehillim, of chapter 13 of Tehillim, is a very well-known pasuk that we say in many different places. David HaMelech writes, "Va'ani b'chazdecha batachti," that with your chesed, or in your chesed, Hashem, I have trust, I have bitachon. The simple meaning of this pasuk is that David HaMelech is saying, and we're saying, that Hashem, I have faith, I have trust, I have bitachon, I rely upon your chesed. Va'ani b'chazdecha batachti, I rely upon your chesed. But I've always thought that there's another way to read this pasuk that has another angle and another meaning to it that I very much appreciated. Va'ani b'chazdecha batachti, maybe not only that I have reliance upon your chesed, but it's a chesed of yours that I have bitachon. Va'ani b'chazdecha batachti, with your chesed I have bitachon. Because the greatest chesed that Hashem can do for us is to give us bitachon, is to give us a life and a life of experiences and influences and exposures that have led us to bitachon. How many people in this world don't have bitachon? How many people in this world don't have a being, a higher power, a purpose, a sense of meaning, a sense of knowledge and certainty that there's a higher being that knows all that is going on, that is directing all that's going on, that is creating, controlling, and directing this world to a greater purpose, a greater good, a greater mission? Without that, how do we stomach any of this? How do we live with any of this? Can you imagine not having bitachon? None of us have perfect bitachon, but can you imagine not having any bitachon? And there are so many people like that. How was I zocha? How did I merit to have whatever level of bitachon that I have? I don't know. I don't think I can say that very much of it has to do with choices I made, or that I can take very much credit for it. There's a lot of influences, a lot of life experiences I've had that have allowed me to develop bitachon. And yes, maybe I've done a little bit here and there along the way to try and strengthen it, to try and work on it. But for the most part, it's not something I can say that is my own. I could have been in a completely different life circumstance and not had bitachon. And I can't imagine what that kind of life would be like. It's very sad. It's jarring to even think about. The greatest chesed that Hashem has ever done for me, the greatest chesed that Hashem can do for any of us, is to give us bitachon. Because with bitachon, now everything else is different. It's the lens, the inner glasses that we're wearing through which we see everything. So it's the chesed that is in all chesed. It's the chesed beyond any chesed. Va'ani b'chazdecha batachti. We're trying to really internalize that and to really daven those words. Va'ani b'chazdecha batachti. Yes, I have reliance on your chesed, but even more than that, it's a chesed that it's a chesed of yours that I'm able to even have reliance upon you. It's a chesed of yours that I have bitachon.